Good evening. Welcome to the City of Monroe Planning Commission meeting, March 17th, 2026. Roll call, everyone present on the board here, with the exception of Bonnie Rosser, is absent. Have we had a chance to review the previous meeting minutes?
Yes.
Motion to approve. Need a motion to approve?
I move we approve.
Second.
Favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Go. Carries.
Can we get approval of the agenda too?
Yeah, and approval of the agenda. Skip that, I'm sorry. But we need a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion to approve.
Favor, aye.
Aye.
Carry. Agenda approved. Report from Code Officer.
I don't have anything to report tonight, Mr. Chairman. There's nothing special or unique going on, but I will mention that next month will be a little beefier than your agenda is tonight. So plan for a little bit longer meeting than we have tonight.
Okay. That being said, we move into old business. Special exception variance 4390 100 Cherry Hill Road to increase the maximum amount of allowed parking.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You heard this application last month. This is a special exception variance for increasing the maximum amount of parking for an industrial site on Cherry Hill Road. That was a 12-acre property, and they're proposing to do some light industrial. It's cold steel manufacturing. And just to recap there, it was some 26,000 square foot building roughly, and they're wanting to increase the parking to a total of 32 spaces. And we have a very constrained parking requirement for our industrial. It's like one space per 3 employees or per shift. So that, I mean, they need 355% of our employee parking, which is pretty constrained. It's going to be like one space per employee for what they need, really. Our code is going to limit them to 11 spaces maximum for 120%. So they need more than that, right? So you heard this last month. We recommended approval. The reason why you're hearing it tonight was because we needed a recusal from our other planning commission member. She had taken part in the preparation plan, and we've gone through the item so quickly and so fast that I didn't catch it and she didn't catch it. We didn't realize it when we got through with it. We both had talked about it afterwards. That we'd gone through it so quickly, but we didn't realize that we needed to back up, take a punt, and punt the ball and take a recusal on that. So we had gone through it so quickly, we had already moved through it. We didn't have a chance to back up and actually rehear the item. So that's why you're hearing it tonight. Obviously, you had taken a motion to recommend approval to the city council. Obviously, our recommendation has not changed. And so the recommendation, again, approval without conditions.
All right.
And the applicant is back in Austria. So we're assuming that would be okay with the planning commission. That since you've already had a public hearing on the matter, that you can rehear the public hearing again, but all things considered, that he's had to go, he had, business away.
Right.
That you've already had a chance for him to speak last month, that probably would be sufficient that you proceed forward anyway.
That's understandable.
All right.
With that being said, we need a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Very well.
Alrighty.
All right, next is rezone 4449 150 North Hammond Drive, approval to rezone of B-3 Highway Business District.
All right, good evening, Planning Commission. The request here is for a rezone from B1 to B3. That would be neighborhood commercial to highway commercial for the purpose of taking an existing building here and converting it into a contractor office with facilities. It's an HVAC contractor. You can see the parcel is oddly shaped. It's a triangle here. This is their, it was a Dollar General at one point and is currently vacant. We've got a stormwater facility in the back. We've got some parking here. The current area has just some paved area in front. This would be removed in favor of a little bit of parking and some landscaping and sidewalk. So improving the streetscape a little bit there. This is on Hammond Drive, close to 1025 Church and across the street from the police station, if you know where that is, right here. When we looked at the request, you can see in your report there's a multi-part test there for how we assess it. We think that the use is very well suited to the property. This is a vacant building, so it would be good to get that back in use. It doesn't really have a conflict with our comp plan. However, the B3 zone is more intense than we would ordinarily recommend on a street that's like this, on a secondary street, on a secondary site. B3 zoning, like the name implies, highway commercial. It's meant for more traffic, more trucks. It allows some commercial stuff that's not really supposed to be right up next to neighborhoods. And so that's really the only zone that's an option to them for the contractor office with facilities. So that's why they're asking for the B3 zone. The alternative is an M1, the manufacturing zone, and that's definitely not appropriate in this area. So in light of that, staff decided that while the use is well suited for the property, we would recommend approval with conditions that the use of the property shall be limited to this contractor office with facilities and all the allowable uses in the current B1 and B2 zoning districts. So those are less intense uses, so they would still be allowed, but we are going to bump it up. We recommend bumping it up to allow the contractor office and none of the other things. So that kind of splits the difference there on allowing what we think is a reasonable use, at the same time protecting the area from some perhaps incompatible commercial stuff. So that concludes the staff report.
So, is anyone here to speak in favor of this proposal? In favor of it? Would you care to come up and say anything about it?
My name's Josh Stovall. So basically what we're doing is just turning that old building into our office. We'll have some light commercial stuff coming in and out, and a little bit of HVAC supplies. It's nothing extravagant. Basically all we're gonna be doing is cleaning up the street, making it more, dressing it up. So what we're trying to do is get the parking lot nice and the face of the building so we can make the subdivision nicer, that area, the street.
Okay. Any other comments? Is there anyone here to speak in opposition to this proposal? Seeing none, hearing none. Call the question to approve. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Motion to approve with conditions?
Second.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hey, one question, with the conditions, what is that limited us to? You said you got conditions?
Yeah, the condition, so your use is a contractor office with facilities, so it would allow you to have that use and all the other uses that are in the B2 and the B1 zone. It's currently B1 right now. It just doesn't allow you to have the other uses that are in B3. So if there was some that was particular, like I think pawn shops and some other things like that, would not be allowed on the property, but you would be allowed the current use and then less intense uses.
Thank you.
All right. That motion carried. It looks like that's the end of our agenda. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
That was short and sweet. Thank you.